Hello everyone! This video is for Lara's Shadow of the Tomb Raider Quiver, the one depicted in the gear guide that was provided by Crystal Dynamics. It's incredibly cheap. I think that all the materials are widely available for everybody in every country, so hopefully, it's going to be helpful to you. And I will show you how to, there's going to be a tutorial for Lara's strap, the shoulder strap that almost made me cry when I saw it. It's so difficult. So once I have the tutorial for that shoulder strap, I will show you how to attach this. It's pretty much going to be just like a Velcro, and then you just stick it on, and So yeah, enjoy.
I began by getting a piece of pleather that was 18 by 15 inches and folded it at 3 points. I started by shaping the top flap, and then I rounded out the top section, made it more, circular. And then I proceeded to just trim the bottom of it, make it come to a point, like an almond shape. And I had my basic shape, which when you open it, it looks like this. After refining the shape a little bit more, I proceeded to glue the bottom with hot glue. I found that the pleather backing works really well with hot glue. It makes a really nice seal, and I had no problems with it. After I finished gluing the bottom, I went ahead and sealed that flap and closed that too. Then, to give the whole thing a little bit of shape, I stuffed some brown paper inside, just so I could, have a little bit more dimension to it. I didn't like that it was flat. I know that, I could have stuffed something in between the pleather sheets, like I could have put maybe some plastic sheets or something to give it shape. But again, I'm going for the cheapest option here. I do not want to spend any more money than I absolutely have to. After stuffing it, I sanded the corner of the flap, and then I went ahead and started gluing some fur trim all around it, as you can see. I apologize for this next part. My video camera just corrupted a bunch of my video files, so I had to screen capture because they would only play back, so the quality is a bit horrific. But I went ahead and painted the very top of the quiver to make it look like there was different parts of material, and then I just wrapped some yarn around it, and in accordance to the reference photos. And then I just tied it off into in the back, and I glued it in place so it doesn't move. So now I needed to work on the bottom part of it, and to make the yarn stick, I sanded the bottom of the quiver, poured some hot glue over it, and then I just rolled the yarn all around it, and it just stuck. I expect I'm gonna have to reinforce this maybe by sewing the yarn in place, but for now it works it works really well. And then to make the bottom of it have that little tassel, I tied an additional piece of yarn and pulled it aside, and then I cut off the excess, and it looks adorable. So yeah, that's pretty much it, except for the yarn on the side that makes it look like it was sewed. I poked holes all around the side of the quiver, as you can see. It's a through and through, and this is done because I don't actually have an embroidery needle that goes through thick material, so I had to pre-make the holes with my X-Acto blade. Again, this is really unorthodox. I don't even have a needle, as you can see. I'm just using a piece of wire, but I really didn't, I just really wanted to get it done, and you can use a yarn needle or like an embroidery needle and go through, oh, actually even a leather needle that can go right through that pleather, no problem, like butter. So I tied off the end of the yarn in one section, and then I would just poke my my little metal hook through and attach the yarn to it, and then pull it through, and it comes with it. It's actually pretty neat, and it worked really well. I had a reference photo with me, and I was making sure that the stitches were in the right place. So make sure that you are looking at, looking at where you're stitching. So if you look closely at the reference photos, you'll also see that there's stitching at the very top. So I just went ahead and did 2 holes for every stitch I wanted because I was going to be stitching vertically. So for every one of those stitches, just make sure you've got 2 holes, or if you're using a leather working needle, then you won't need to do what I'm doing here. But if you're doing exactly the same thing, you'll see that I've got 2 holes, one for the top, one for the bottom. And you're almost done. So I really hope that this was helpful to you. I had a lot of fun making it. I mean, the whole process maybe took about an hour. And remember, there is a tutorial coming very soon to show you how to attach this to that Lara Croft harness that is that merits its own tutorial. Believe me, it's super complicated. I got the fur trim a little bit wrong, but I painted it a little bit a lighter color. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you do make it, don't forget to tag us at Tomb Raider Cosplay, at hashtag Tomb Raider Cosplay, on Instagram, on Twitter, anywhere really. Don't forget to check out our new website, which is basically a remodel of the old one. It is tombraidercosplay.com. You can upload your own photos, progress photos. You can even upload your own vlogs. So yeah, thank you.